Shoot. Carried on
Maybe
through,
that
dude.
should be our name.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, dude.
I don't know how heavily searchable that's gonna be, but I guess you could argue it's like probably no less searchable than Garage Sale FC.
I
Uh,
actually really
Probably
come
would
to
pull
like
up
Garage Sale FC.
G-rated things,
it
probably
is
though,
growing
at
on me, dude.
least.
We need a logo.
Honest,
Um,
I was thinking about doing some. Anyway,
yeah. All right. Well, hey guys, welcome to the Garage Sale FC, the podcast. I got the whole gang here today. We got Randy, we got Robbie, we got me. Just gonna do
what's up,
some
everybody?
chat. We got the league starting on what, Saturday's our first game? We don't got anything
Saturday
on Friday, right?
United. Yeah, we do have one game on Friday.
Oh, we do?
It's
Shoot.
who is it? Hold on.
Oh, it's Arsenal Coventry.
Yeah,
All
Arsenal
right.
Coventry.
Respect.
So technically that is the start, right? But
That's
the
the
actual
opener, yeah.
season is United versus Hull at Hull.
Shoot.
4:30 in the morning. I'm gonna ask again who's gonna be there with me.
You know what? I'm
Maybe.
gonna try and get up. I will try and get up. Whether or not I actually do get up will be a different story.
I'll call you guys. I'll just start
Yeah.
spamming the group chat with the FaceTimes.
You know what? Why not? Why not? I could
But I
use a life
genuinely am
lesson.
excited. I'm excited for United's first three out of the gate with Hull, Ipswich.
I am excited to have soccer back. It's have been nervous.
Yeah.
Like the Community Shield was a tough game to watch. I was like watching on my phone while I was out getting my haircut, and
City
I'm
definitely
not gonna
looked.
lie, dude. It was, yeah, we were shaky. Now it's to be expected. You have like 10 years of Pep, and then you are gonna just switch to a new like system under Maresca, and you do have to like think, okay, all the guys that we have under the on the current squad were Pep players. Not that they can't transition to Maresca's system; they're not too dissimilar, but
It's still a
like,
transition.
there's definitely some places where I was like, the middle of the field, we looked really shaky. The back line had some moments where I felt like, especially the transition, we looked really shaky on transition. I mean, I feel like that's always been a City thing to look a little shaky on like the counter, but I feel like we looked. I'm nervous, is all I'm gonna say. I
only got to
think
see-
eventually they'll.
What's funny is though, like
adapt.
you'll pump up what United's doing, and then it's just like I'm sitting here nervous with City. I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, you've got talent that I'm dreaming of,
Right,
and
right. But we've
I'm,
lost
like,
a lot. Like,
nervous
think about
for-
it. Rodri just went. We lost Bernardo Silva in the window. John Stones. It sounds like there's a possibility that Nico Gonzalez is leaving, which I hate that idea, but is what it is. And then Tajani Reinders just left. Savino possibly a link out. Marmouche has also been like targeted by Tottenham. I don't think there's a lot of like possibility necessarily with that actually happening before the window ends, but there's been a lot of change, and the only guys we've really brought in are like our backup keeper. We've brought back a couple guys. I think Victor Risch is supposed to be with us. Echeverri looks like he's going to be there. But we brought in Anderson. They're talking to Enzo Fernandez, which great player. I don't know that I love the move, but there's talent there. I feel like we've lost a lot of guys here late at like, especially towards this later end of the window. And I'm very curious to see if that means we make a bunch of moves. I feel like we could use some more depth in the midfield for sure. Maybe another winger or two. Yeah, I don't know. Just the Community Shield isn't a true reflection of necessarily how the season's gonna go, but like,
well, especially with coming from the
it didn't
from the
settle
World Cup,
nerves.
and then a whole bunch of your guys were gone because of the
Yeah.
World Cup, and then that was what maybe some of them maybe the most they've played. I haven't been keeping up on
Yeah.
on
Well, we had four guys who started.
when you guys
who-
were coming back.
Yeah, four guys that started that weren't there were Daku, Holland, Nico Riley, and Anderson, right? They all started that match, but had no preseason time. I think they were only in practice for maybe 2 weeks. So again, They got to learn the
Yeah,
system.
like,
There's going to be some adapting. There's still some really good players, but the problem is, the question is, obviously you can't really expect switching out your head coach, losing a bunch of big players or key players, and then being like, we're going to win the league.
yeah.
Um,
I still
not
think you
that that's
guys are
not a
gonna get.
possibility.
I think you
Realistically,
and
I think we have a shot
Arsenal.
for top 5.
I think you guys are gonna be top 2 again. I think other
Not
than
not
Liverpool, I think it's gonna be. I think with Liverpool this season will be back in the top 5 for sure. Because did Liverpool finish 6th? Is that what it was? Or
they were
5th? I don't remember.
they were 6, I believe.
They
No,
were
they were
6th.
5th. They were 5th. So
Okay,
that's what
because
they
I think that it's gonna
yeah.
be Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United. Not necessarily in that order, but
Liverpool
um,
were 5, by the way.
Yeah, because we
okay.
got
So they did.
champions.
I couldn't remember
Yeah.
if they did wind up pulling out the 5th or not.
But
Um,
I when I was thinking about City, I mean, I think really there's some question marks on some depth there, but it's not like you're not like deep in some positions. But the question mark is Maresca.
mhm.
I mean, this is
Maresca, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva, like those two guys are so key
he's
for
the
us.
follow up to a legend. That's always really hard
Yeah.
for one.
Right,
But
the expectation's also high for
yeah,
him. I do have
and
to
he
give
went
him
out real
some
strong in the
slack.
Community Shield, so you could argue that was him projecting of like, let's go out there and make a statement. But um, he could also chalk that up as, well, you know what? We were just trying to like stretch our legs, see what's up.
Yeah,
We won that trophy a bunch. I mean, you want to win every trophy that you compete for, but like maybe
yeah,
you could chalk it up as like, well, it's a more important friendly. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
yeah.
And I don't like that cop out. Sometimes because like again, like they're pros. Like this is just me, my personal. It's like whether
yeah,
it's a friendly or not, like don't go flying into a fucking tackle that'll snap your ankle and his too. Like, don't do that. But like
no, yeah, but I
it's
think
one of those where it's like like this is like it's the community shield. Like it's not just a friendly, but
no,
at
I
the
know. I
same
said
time
it's
Right.
it is a
a
glorified friendly and I'm not
well, yeah,
saying that,
we get a trophy.
exactly. It's another silverware, piece of silverware for your cabinet.
I think Maresca went out strong. His lineup was strong that
Yeah.
he put out.
Yeah.
So I think he was trying to actually see what he's got.
See what he's
But
got.
when I was going to try, I was trying to. So I was making like the list today of like where do I think people are going to finish in the league, and every time I kept doing it. I mean, I had City high, but really like it's Maresca to me is a question mark, and the Community Shield was had some question marks too. Um, but I was like, I really don't see you guys falling out of the European positions. Like, I
No,
don't think
not
you're
at
gonna
No,
get
like
all.
any.
I still have us. I still have
I
us
think
like
you're like five,
top 4, top
six,
5.
7 if the floor falls out on you. Like, I really think because I was thinking like Erling Haaland, right? It's like really hard to argue he's not going to get 20 goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to
No,
argue
I
he's not
like.
going to get you that.
And it's going to be interesting to see because, like,
And you
I've said
brought in
this a
people
few
last year
times.
that
It,
did work. Donnarumma, Gahey. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Um, I don't remember.
Like I guess I'm just nervous because the Community Shield really didn't instill a lot of like what's wrong. It didn't instill in me any like real confidence that they're gonna hit the season out the gate, winning every match. Right? Not that they can't. I think their first 3 games are very winnable. I think first 4, United's 4, so I think that's very winnable.
You're at home. Fuck, we're at home. Fuck off.
You guys are at home, I know.
But I mean, you've got Bournemouth week 1. That should be
Bournemouth.
well, isn't whatever. Is is Bournemouth one of your boogie teams?
Smash Mouth. Well, it's
No.
not my boogie team not my boogie team anymore. I got
Is
their
it
coach, got their
who-
manager.
was it City or was it Liverpool that or is it Fulham that I'm thinking of? Who's the
Well, we
boogie team?
escaped Bournemouth the first time after Semenyo scored 2 goals. Yeah, did we draw that or win that? I can't remember. In that, it was the season opener
I
last
can't.
year.
Yeah,
I think we
can't
won
remember.
that actually. And then I'm pretty sure they beat us the second time. But we had a lot of bogey teams last year.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, and then Jesse, you got Palace away. That could be interesting. And then you've got Coventry at
Coventry?
home. That's
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
You should be able to beat Coventry at home, but
Okay.
you don't know. You never know.
By the way,
And
while we're on like how people are gonna do, Randy, I think you guys are gonna do really well, especially with the signing of
What did you hear about
Baliba.
the newest stuff coming down the pipeline as
What?
of last
Baliba?
night, this morning?
I just
Saw
think
the
Baliba
The
already. I didn't.
Belieba
Is there anything
news.
after Baliba?
That's it. Well, since we're going after Baliba, there
You got
is
Baliba.
hope. Yes, but is it official yet? No, but
I
it's
think. Did we
moving
get a here we
along.
go on it?
No, not yet. Um, I'm not happy that he's hurt though, and he's not available at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Um,
that's a
and like
fair frustration.
don't get me wrong, like bringing in Baliba, that gets me the three midfielders that we wanted, but they're definitely not A, B, and C choices that we were hyped up for months and months and months about. To be fair, there was interest in Baliba, but then he had the shit season last year, and then it went cold, and then United's board is
I mean,
fantastic.
shit.
And but I don't know. We could go after what's his name, Hall from Newcastle, still for left back. Um, and then there's still hope that potentially, if the right player shows up for the right price, that we might snag a backup striker as well.
Is
So
Xerxes? I saw Xerxes got some interest from a couple teams. Juventus is one.
he needs to go back to Italy, and he can just rip it up in Italy. Like I think he could have been a really good PL team. He could have been a really good in the PL, but I think he just came into United at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And just the uncertainty, and then his inconsistencies. Um, it just I don't know, didn't really pan out the way that we were hoping. But like he's got moments of brilliance where like
Yeah.
his footwork, his passing, it's just like why can't we get that every single game, multiple times? What were you gonna say?
How? Oh, I was gonna ask. Well, because I know like personally, I think your midfield's good. I think Baliba's slotting next to Tielemans argue is probably what they're going to do. I think that's going to be a really good matchup. You tie Baliba's athleticism with Tielemans' creativity. I think that's going to do a lot for you guys. And then you got Bernardo right in front of him.
Bernardo.
Or sorry, you got Fernandez right in front of him.
Bruno, but
Bruno.
to your point there, I'm worried about Bruno because
Yeah.
he's not used to a midfield that can actually play. To the
I mean,
speed,
he's playing pretty well.
let me flesh this out. So don't get me wrong, Casemiro, yes, he was at the end of his time in the PL. He was slowing down, all that, but he was still an amazing player. Was able to help us through this last season, but Bruno always is dropping back, and that's going to cause a problem for someone like Tillemans. He wants to run the field. He's the midfielder. That's what he's supposed to do. Bruno's supposed to be above them. Bruno loves to draw back. So I'm very curious to see how that winds up going, because Bruno, I mean, he flies all over the field, but it would be awesome if he could have just focused on his job and really, really get going on that and trust Tillemans, trust the midfield to be able to get it work to him and go. I don't know. It's
think
gonna
if you're
be it is gonna be interesting. I'm happy that we have the depth. I'm not necessarily the happiest with the players that we've signed, just because there was like five others in front of most of these guys. That Anderson, a couple other guys from Newcastle as well. So I don't know. I mean, like if Carrick, I mean, who knows? Maybe he's able to get everything out of these guys, and we go on an amazing run this season. Who knows? But like you were saying, with the Community Shield, going up against Amron's team there was a little rough. He obviously did his homework. His team played a very, very, very solid game, I thought. There was flashes where United could have taken control of the game, but just it didn't happen for whatever reason, in my opinion. But I mean, and it's like you said, like yes, we've got some decent players that have come in and they've got potential, and hopefully Carrick can bring out that potential in all of them, especially the midfield, because he's an amazing midfielder, or was an amazing midfielder. So it's going to be interesting. I'm
Bro.
It'll be
cautiously
interesting.
optimistic.
Bro, you're so
I think
negative on your team. I'm so
Yeah.
positive on all those
I know.
signings.
I feel like
Tielemans
I'm
is
the
so
City
Premier
fan,
League
and
proven
I'm less negative
and
on your team.
international Baliba,
Absolutely.
dude, you got all that in for like 140 million. Baliba, you got basically half price because of his injury, and his bad season last year. Dude,
It's
he is gonna run around your midfield like the Tielemans and Mainu and Fernandez are gonna be able to do whatever they want because Baliba is gonna be like a slingshot to anybody that gets in the back. He's gonna be like boom.
Yeah.
He's just gonna marathon run back there
Yeah.
for you if
What
he's healthy.
all I'm
I don't
gonna
know
say is
how
I'm
when he's
hoping
coming
for the
back. I'm just saying
best,
I'm
but
positive. I
No,
can't
that's
see
fair.
you out of the top 4 in my head.
Look,
I was
I
like, oh,
really
look,
like
there's
your
some signings.
I
I
really like your
don't.
midfield. I think your back line is where you guys are going to struggle the most.
Well,
Well,
that's
yeah,
what we got
I
to
for
get a
I
sure.
know
left back, and there's
I
no
saw
way.
Goldbridge clip. I saw Goldbridge clip where he's talking about your guys' lineup in 2022.
Hmm.
I think
The
Dallo was
same.
the only change
No, it's
from the
the same
lineup.
one. It's the same
Is it?
one. It
Yeah,
is the
that's
same line.
crazy.
Dude,
So,
I'm so positive on you guys. I don't want to be
it's.
positive on you guys, but I had a hard time not seeing you in a Champions League spot. That's
I
where
still
when I
think
was
we're gonna
going
get
through it
Champions
today,
League. It's
I was like,
just.
oh man, I have a hard time. There was at one point when I was like writing it, I was like, are they gonna finish second? I was like trying to figure out. I was like, man, they got some. I really like your midfield signings, dude. I think
Yeah.
that was
Again,
good
I think
business.
it's
I
going to
think.
be your back line that lets you guys down.
Yeah, if you're gonna lay down,
It's.
it's the depth back there. But I was like so positive on those midfields, especially
Yeah.
Tielemans. I was like, what a
I
good
know you guys
business.
could I know you guys
His
could
is more
use
like
another
longevity.
striker, but
And
like who do you guys have on the
the
wings
thing
and
is like you guys said it yourself. You guys aren't fans of United, so I look at it in a very very different way
that's fair.
than what you guys do. And like the research and all the shit that I've done on United at this point over the last almost 4 years at this point. It's like where the club is going, the way the club is handled right now for the last 10 years. It's a shit show, and I don't trust them. And bringing in Carrick, I hope he does amazing. I don't
Yeah.
think he was the right guy for the job, though. I don't. He doesn't
Yeah.
have the experience in the PL. He got booted from from the other team there down in the lower leagues, and it's one of those things where it has been. Yes, we achieved third last year, amazing. Don't get me wrong, but it was painful a lot of the time to get there. Even with Amrin, like it's not just Amrin, it's just the whole thing. It's like you look at the game and like if you're not a fan or you're just a basic fan, like I look at it a lot differently. I look at it much more scrutiny than maybe most people, most fans might. And I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a fucking, prodigy or genius with this stuff. It's just I don't like the lack of communication from the club and then the constant PR bullshit that United is pushing stuff. And then it's just I love United. Don't get me wrong, and I want them to succeed. I want every one of these new signings to be the best player they can possibly be while they're at United and take us into the promised land again. But it's been a real struggle, even though we've had some amazing coaches come in the last 10 years. We still haven't won anything. We're the team with the longest dry streak now, and so it's just like there's a lot of pressure on this season, in my opinion. Just for me, it's like we've got to perform. We got to keep going in the Champions. We got to keep going so that way, hopefully, the fucking Glazers will open up their eyes, spend some more money, get some more players in, and actually spend that 115 million on Anderson. Actually get that marquee signing because I'm sorry, none of these guys are marquee signings. None of them. They're not a giant name. They're not a Rodri coming in. They're not like a Rooney coming in. They're not like a, you know, Vinny Jr. coming into the team or anything like that. Not saying that they're not good players. Not saying that they can't be better players, as they grow here at United. But we didn't make any of those major signings that they said that we probably would be doing. And I don't think that this is a title-winning team yet. I think we're getting there, and I think if we keep these guys for a while, and who knows, maybe Rashford rips it up this season. But it's gonna be interesting to see how it does wind up shaking out because for me there's a lot of uncertainty, and especially with not getting a preseason with a lot of these guys and a new manager, it's gonna be an interesting season. It is. So there's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of training that has to happen between now and the season because even Carrick himself said it. We don't have one game a week anymore. there's going to be a lot less training this season. So it's going to be a lot of on the fly, which is rough with a brand new manager and no preseason.
To be fair, you keep saying brand new manager, and I do agree contractually, but they did have his system for like the last third of their season.
System. He went
But
to a back
you know what I'm saying?
four.
Like
he was just limping
didn't bring in a
along.
bunch of guys.
System. I'm just saying he's been
They
there.
they basically still have Carrick. It's not like they have like a whole new like everything, right? Carrick was pretty consistent. I feel like there's a good chunk of consistency still coming. And I think that is a hopeful thing to look at. But I get it. I totally understand. I like again. Looking at City, I'm very nervous right now, and maybe that's me setting my expectations low, so I'm not just like losing my mind when they don't win one game. You know what I mean? Because I understand there's going to be a period of like where they have to adapt. You have still a lot of the same players coming in, so like for us, I know it's not like a complete shakeup. A lot of those guys still have a lot of chemistry, and there's still so much talent on that City side. But I understand what you're saying. And I can vibe with that. I do think though, like, I think Robbie has a point though that I'm like, United, you guys, your attack, your midfield are still so good that I think
they're gonna help protect that back line when he's gonna run around Baliba.
Well, it doesn't worry me.
I don't know how long he's out for. I'm not exactly sure what his injury is, but
ankle, I think, for Baliba. I think before the first international break, he's supposed to be back. So
the two teams I'm really curious to see how they do are Tottenham and Aston Villa, because Tottenham have obviously brought in a bunch of talent, new coach. I say new coach. What did De Zerbi have? Like 3-4 games with them at the end of the season?
No, because he had like, I don't know if he had 10 games. But he had to win like 5 games or something like that to like avoid relegation.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he can. Anyhow, point is they're going to be really interesting with all their signings.
Van Hecke played for him, by the way, at Brighton, so that's he understands the system already.
Yeah, I think their back line is going to be dangerous. I think they're going to be.
I know. I'm curious.
I'm very nervous to play Tottenham this season.
Who's their
They've always
keeper?
been our boogie team.
That's going to be.
Because they sent
interesting.
Mario on loan to Juventus. I don't know who did they bring in for their keeper. Have they brought in a keeper? Are they gonna go with that? I can't think of his name. He was the kid that the one that got yanked at halftime. He let in like 3 goals when they had Igor. What's his name?
They have Kaninsky and Dubravka. Is that correct?
Kinski. That's him. I guess they're going with Kinski. Unless they're bringing someone else in, but
yeah, it sounds like
Tottenham have made some crazy good signings.
Yeah, so they'll be really interesting.
Ambitious signings. They
ambitious
look like
for sure.
Yeah, they look like they're here to play.
But I'm very curious for Aston Villa because they let go of some key players, but they just signed Wan-Bissaka, is my understanding, which I think is a really good pickup for them. I love Wan-Bissaka. When you guys let him go, I was like, man, why would you let Wan-Bissaka go?
Yep.
Like him.
I think he's really talented. I think he'll add to their depth. But then they got that what's his name? Was it Matza? Like that 17-year-old kid.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm talking about Villa still. They looked really good against PSG. It took them a second. Maggio. They looked really good against PSG.
Looks amazing.
So like I think they'll be really interesting to watch.
I didn't get to watch that game, but I saw the highlights of him, dude. Even in the highlights, you're like, he's making some really intelligent runs, and he just needed to find the back of the net. But I was like, man, his movement and his ability to like that goal, he bodied his defender to score that goal.
I didn't know Tonali went over there.
Yeah, Tonali, their midfield.
Yeah, I totally missed that.
They brought in Tonali. They brought in Van Hecke. They're probably going to bring in Gakpo, I'm pretty sure.
They got Robertson
still in. They're still talking to Savinho. Savinho's not like a confirmed thing, but
they brought in Robertson. Like they brought in Sensi from Bournemouth. Dude, Bournemouth is not messing around. Or Bournemouth, Tottenham's not messing around this year. I have them top 4 too.
Yeah, I think Tottenham is gonna. I think they could really rip it up. You see, and that's what United needs to do. They need to spend a shit ton.
Outside of the back line,
actually be brutal.
Is Euro? Is Euro hurt? I like Euro when he's healthy.
He's just having to compete for a spot. So
Is Delic is back, isn't he?
No, he is not. He's been hurt since November and probably won't be back until after the first international break. He did begin I think it was in Dublin, or I think that wherever they were in Ireland, he did go with the team and did practice with them, but it's limited right now for I think. But yeah, he's still a bit off, unfortunately. But it's going to be Martinez and it's going to be Maguire at the center backs.
Yeah.
So Mount's hurt. Shocker.
Man.
That poor dude. Ugh.
Robbie, Liverpool seems, if you guys lose Gagpo, it sounds like Curtis Jones is
Curtis Jones
about to
gone.
go
He's
to
going to Inter.
Inter Milan, and then who have you guys brought in?
On the left for another backup. We haven't brought. I mean, we brought in
Just in
Munez
general,
or Munez. We brought in Munoz. From
Munoz, is that Crystal Palace Munoz?
No, we brought him. He's from this La Liga. He's a winger.
Oh yes, okay.
Where do we bring him in? From no, not Levante.
Who was it?
Munoz. Munoz.
Osasuna.
Osasuna. Yeah, we brought him in. He's young though. You still have Rio, who's awesome. You have Florian Wirtz. You have Szoboszlai that you could put out there. I really like that kid.
You guys brought in Arujo. Was it not Arujo? Was it Arujo?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna play right back. Actually, I have a feeling they're gonna put him at right back. Because Jacques looked really good. Jacques looked really, really good, and you have Leone coming back from his injury. There's some depth problems. Liverpool. There's some depth problems. Liverpool. I was like thinking like the depth. I was like, look, there's some like really promising things in this team, but I think we have some depth problems still. But I had me finishing. Well, not me, but Liverpool finishing somewhere between like 5 and 8. That's where I'm thinking. That's where I think we're gonna
I know
live.
at the start I thought you guys were gonna like really compete for first, but I feel like you guys haven't brought in a bunch of guys. You guys let some
we're
you guys let
supposedly
a bunch of players go.
Yeah, I mean we're supposedly gonna bring in Barcola. He's still way high, and I believe Mbaye too is coming with him from PSG.
I did see Mbaye.
Mbaye looks more finished, and he would be really good. I like him, but
I saw a rumor that City might be looking at him now, but I don't know how much traction.
I feel like there's other teams that are further along, and I think the depth problems might start to come to play.
Yeah.
So
5 to 8 feels
that's where
right.
I'm worried. That's where I'm worried for Liverpool is the depth.
Yeah.
But
right now it feels like, especially based on
the players though that are coming, like I said, Jacques looks really good, and that kid Kumos, that kid, I think that's his name. He looked really good in preseason, so I'm kind of excited to him. I think he's been traveling around with them, so I think he might be sticking around. I don't think he's going to go out alone. But no, I think Liverpool is going to be. There's just some other teams that when I was going through it, like when I was trying to make a list of like where I thought teams are going to finish, I have a hard time seeing Liverpool getting in Champions League with the teams that I think are going to finish above them. Like I had,
it's like with the.
I think you got Spurs, Arsenal. I have United. I think I got more confidence in them. I think. I feel like Chelsea is gonna do actually pretty well. I like
Chelsea's a question mark. I haven't seen any of their preseason. And
I like their signings though.
Yeah, their signings, but again, they're also a club. They're also a club with.
I got more confidence in Villa. I got more confidence in City. And yeah. So those teams are like who I think Liverpool are competing with to get into the Champions League spots. Like Liverpool plus those teams are my Champions League sort of
like fighters,
hot.
like you City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Aston Villa fighting.
Yeah, those are my probably like. I don't think anyone else is going to be like challenging for the title. You know what I mean? I don't think if anybody's going to challenge the title out of nowhere, I'm like, would it be like a Leeds or a Forest? You know, just like. That could be like a dark horse, but like outside of that, I'm like
that would be interesting. I don't know. I don't see Forest as challenging for number one in any
I'm just
facet.
saying they're not a. Their owner randomly wants to like just spend. So, and I like their manager a lot. Their manager is who I'm kind of
Yeah,
betting on, and they have like a decent team that was just going through chaotic manager turnover
Yeah.
last
yeah.
year.
I
So I
feel
don't
like
know.
right now though
I'm
it's
just
really
saying I don't think they
Arsenal's
are.
league to
I don't think they're
lose.
gonna actually challenge for the title. I'm just saying like that's my mix of that mix. Probably it's really like three teams are gonna really challenge for the title, probably. But
That's fair.
I see Forest knocking on the Europe door this year. They're like my dark horse to knock. Leeds and Forest are my dark horse teams for Europe this year, especially Leeds.
Yeah,
The Leeds I
Leeds
really
looked
like.
super good last year. They've actually like uh added more depth to their squad. Um,
Yeah, they're
Also, they
ambitious with
picked up
that Red Bull
Trafford, which I
money.
think is a key pickup for them. He's so good.
Yeah, I think that's a
Um,
an indicator that they mean business.
Yeah.
yeah, with how much
I
they spent to get him.
I am genuinely curious to see how high Spurs can get this year because they're definitely. I mean, I'm circling back. I know that we're talking about leads and all that stuff, but I think out of all of them, I think I'm genuinely more curious about anybody or not. I can't talk tonight. Fuck. The Spurs are the team that I'm going to be definitely watching out for this year to see what they do.
I think Spurs are a dark horse title contender, by the way.
It could be they could
I
make it a
really like
very
their team
interesting
if they can
season.
avoid injury. The
Yep,
Zerbi ball when it's running is fun, but and he's got some players. So Tottenham to me are a dark horse. I have this feeling like Arsenal have never defended a title, so
we'll
there's
see what
that. There's
happens. Yeah,
history on. But that Zolas kid, he looked really good in the Community Shield. To circle back to that real quick, he had 2 assist debut.
that's
Um,
pretty cool.
yeah, he looked pretty good. We'll see if they still have a goal problem. A goal. Well, we got Dowman. I think you're gonna see more Dowman this year. Uh, I think he was on the bench for the Community Shield. I don't think he played, or did he play?
No, he didn't
Uh,
play.
I think you see more Dowman this year, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could see more Dowman. I think they brought in another kid they played more of, but I saw they got rid of Gabriel Jesus is going Napoli, I think. Don't
He was
quote
on
me on
Yeah.
that.
the Prem team radar too. Who was it? I had him. Someone was looking at
By the
him.
way, did you see this? This was wild, or it felt wild to me. But Ollie Watkins was
Oh, they
on
turned it
Al
down.
Hilal's.
They turned it
He turned it
down.
down. Okay,
Yeah. Well, it's
I saw
Al
that
Hilal
rumor
sent
come out,
Nunes
and I was
on loan to another Saudi pro team.
wait, wait. Say that one more time. Who they sent Nunes out? They brought Nunes in and then loaned him out.
Yeah, isn't he on? No, not Al Hilal. Is it either Al Hilal or he's on Ronaldo's team, which I can't think of.
Why
Al
did I think
Nassr.
didn't
Oh yeah,
Nunes?
Al Nassr. Yeah. I thought I saw the Fabrizio Romano post that said he went on loan to a different Saudi team.
Hmm.
While we're looking that up, I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
what I ask
I'm
every
not gonna. I'm gonna
year.
butcher the hell out of that name.
Who's gonna
I
be
need
your
more culture,
side
boys.
piece team this year, boys?
A side piece team.
I
I
always
think
pick one of the three that got
yeah,
promoted to kind of have fun and watch as a second team and root for.
yeah. I think I'm gonna watch Coventry. Keep an eye. Kind of hope Coventry do well.
I don't want to have a side piece. I'm too loyal.
No, I'm just saying, like of the three teams that promoted, I kind of rooting for
It's
Coventry
fun
to
to
stay up.
watch what one of the new teams does.
By
I
the
just
way,
A
like
little bit
seeing
more
the
closely
promoted
than.
teams stay.
okay,
Yeah,
while we're
it's
on the
fun.
promoted thing, I have this also a cluster of teams I think are going to be in that relegation conversation for the season. But I couldn't
Okay.
exactly figure out. The only one I'm pretty sure is going down is Hull, even though they're making signings. But I that's my team that's going down. The team that I think is unexpectedly going down. This is my hot take. This is where I put them. I was just like I don't know. I could see Palace going down depending on what happens with them in the transfer if they lose like Wharton and some other players. Because they already
Ooh.
lost the players last year. They lost their manager. I could see them having some issues. That was like my dark. Because I was trying to think because I was like trying to get two promoted teams to stay up. And I was like, all right, if I have two, then who's dropping, right? So I was like, Palace could see having some trouble. I could see Newcastle possibly having. We don't really know what's going to happen there. I don't hate their team, but we really don't know what's going to go on there. They seem like I don't know. It's gonna the floor might go out from under them. I can see Bournemouth, even though I really have faith that Marco Rosa is not going to let that happen. But I could see them being near the bottom. And same thing for Fulham, even though I think they have enough players. I think they have a decent team too, and I do not hate the Arbeloa signing, even though it's not like he set the world on fire at Real Madrid. But Palace is like the one that I think of. Palace and well, really mostly Palace. Palace, I think, is the team that would keep Coventry up because I think Coventry is my promotion team that I think is most likely to stay up, even though Ipswich is also paying for players. But
Yeah, I could see Hull, Ipswich going down. I like the Crystal Palace. That was not what I was expecting you to say, but I didn't know what I was expecting you to say. I would love Sunderland to stay up again.
I can
That
see
would be
Sunderland
cool.
staying up. They have a lot. I like what they're doing. They're also still making signings. Like they're here to, or at least their signings are showing that intention that they mean business. They're going for that Sporting kid. But yeah, I think Coventry's going to stay up. Ipswich, I think has a chance to stay up too. This is where like if another team kind of has the bottom fall out from under them because it's a new manager. They brought in Gary O'Neill. Gary O'Neill, I'm a fan, but not a fan. You know what I mean? Like I liked what he did at Bournemouth. He kept him up, and then, um, but then he's had some like you know sackings here and there. But
You
he's
know,
going to
one
be a
team
new
that we
manager
don't
for them, and but they're making signings. They just signed Enciso, the Paraguayan kid that he played with, because he was the manager at Strasbourg after Rosinha left, Gary O'Neill. So I don't know. I can see the Tractor Boys staying up, but right now I have them at
I could,
18.
I could see him
That's like
going up.
right
I could
there,
see
you
him
know.
going down. Yeah. One
It's gonna be
one
a
team that
battle, I think.
we don't talk about a whole lot really ever on these episodes that I can think of off the top of my head is Forest. They had a bit of trouble last year. They just lost Anderson. What have they been doing?
They
This
Oh,
haven't.
I
I
just
haven't
said,
really seen them bring
bro,
anybody in.
I just said they were my dark horse for Europe.
Yeah, and they're my dark
Forest?
horse for
Yeah,
dropping, dude. I'm not
I
gonna
Nottingham
think
lie.
I
After the
Forest?
season they had last
I
season,
totally
I
missed
feel
that
like they
then, Robbie.
haven't brought in
I said
anybody
Forest
who's
and
like
Leeds. I like Glasner.
I totally missed that.
Glasner's fine, but if you don't have the players and you have a sporadic owner like they've got, like I feel like the owner's been the reason they've had so many
Yeah,
issues.
that's
And I feel
fair.
like
But I mean,
I
just for
feel like
this season,
he's the crux of my whole argument.
I think if they keep
Like I
Hudson Odoi, they need to get a striker in. I think that's true.
yeah.
They
Um,
brought in a Diamande from Sporting.
yeah,
Yeah, he plays in the back. He's actually really talented, but
they already
I
And
just feel
then
like they
have
haven't spent that much at this
Milinkovic.
Schlager
window.
and a Benda.
Schlager is a good signing. They signed in from RB Leipzig. Um, They do need a big striker, though. I like their back line. I think they kept, or not Hudson Odoi. If they keep, oh, they do have Hudson Odoi. If they did not sell him too. But Morgan Gibbs White. If they keep Morgan Gibbs White and Bayern doesn't sign or take him this season, I see them like dark horse
So I'm on
for
a
Europe,
tangent because
not
you
champion.
brought up
Like
Bayern.
that 6 to 8 range where they're like going for Europa Conference League kind of thing.
I'm on
Yeah,
a tangent real quick. Did you guys see the article from ESPN about Harry Kane?
Oh, that
Harry
he's on
Kane.
the Saudi Pro
I don't
shortlist.
think he's gone.
No,
No.
no. There was another one.
Oh,
Um,
their ranked player thing.
he doesn't have the itch to come back to England anymore. He wants to
Well, I mean,
stay in at Bayern.
well,
He's enjoying the hell out of it, and these
he's a
last
legend of the
few
massive
years
club.
have been a great time, and he just doesn't have the itch to come back anymore like he
Oh,
thought he would
no, I
when he
didn't see
left.
that. I did
So good
not
for
see that.
him. I'm really
Ooh,
glad that he's enjoying his time over there in the Bundesliga and ripping it up. It would be awesome to
yeah,
have
dude.
that talent back in the PL, but if he's
Yeah.
happy.
By the way, just
Yeah,
a quick to hammer the Palace point home. They do have Europe too, like a little bit more difficult Europe in Europa League, and I think that'll come into play too because of
yeah.
that.
Look,
That yeah,
I
there
don't
was a
disagree with you
they
on
did that
Palace.
last year,
Palace
but
seems to have struggled this window, and they also are going to deal with a new head coach. Um,
yeah,
but I feel like dropping wise, I kind of see Hull at the bottom. I see, I think Coventry will be fine. I think they'll stay up. Um, I kind of see Forest at the bottom. I agree with you that I think Palace are gonna struggle. Um, and then I don't know. I see Ipswich down there too. I don't know that I see Ipswich staying up. I think Hull and Ipswich feel like
Ipswich are spending money though. That's where I'm like,
they are, but they spent money last time and they couldn't stay up. So I feel like
Yeah, that's fair.
it'll be interesting. But again, I think it's dependent on. I don't have the same faith in Forest you do. I think Forest fought really hard to stay up last season, and
A lot of turmoil with that manager turnover stuff.
yeah. So I don't know. My bottom four, any three of them could go. Is kind of I see Hull, probably Palace, Forest, and Ipswich. But I don't know. The other question mark for me, not that I think they're going down. I just am curious to see where they'll go. Is like Brighton got picked apart a little bit in this transfer window.
Yeah, with the Baliba, but they made Europe. They're in Europe
They
this
did,
year, so they'll make.
which
They
is
did
another
sign a
reason.
few. They signed. They signed like 3 players. Each were like around 20 million.
Yeah,
But
I think they'll
I
be
can't think
fine
of who they
because
are
they
off the
do
top of my
really
head.
well with finding talent that
They have
grows with
good
the team. I
scouting.
don't think they're a risk of
They're really
dropping,
good at scouting.
but
Yeah.
That's their whole business model.
By the way, on
it was
Forest,
more just like a team that did really well last season. I think are going to
what
struggle.
an indicator is that the owner is interested in playing ball with Glazer is remember they were going to put a bid in for Reinders before the Saudi league outbid them.
Right. But
I'm just saying.
like
I'm just saying this indication possibly that they're going to do a little bit better.
Yeah.
Brighton's actually brought in 1, 2, 3, 4,
Here's about
5,
Brentford,
6,
too.
7, 8 people in
And
the
I'm
Brentford
curious
club.
will.
about Everton to see if Tyler Digby gets some more minutes. You know, the prodigy that we didn't really get to see last year.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about bringing Everton into this conversation, but they just kind of, to me, feel like just a middle of the pack. They'll stay up.
No, yeah, they're
And
going
they'll
to be
be
in the middle. That's where I
fine.
see them too.
Like, they'll be
Yeah.
just fine. They'll stay up. But they won't qualify for anything, but they'll stay in the PL.
I just want to see
comfortably.
what Tyler Digby does. I'm curious on that
Yeah.
one.
Put Tyler Digby in.
Since we're
Right
on
now.
Everton, Grealish, he's back from loan, right? And I totally
Yeah.
missed this. So, is there any talk of him going anywhere else, or
Not
is
right now.
he
With Grealish, my understanding is that he is available to leave if somebody wants him, but they haven't had any like offers at the moment that I'm aware of, and he wants to stay and fight. So, my prediction for our first match is that he's gonna start with because Daku left injured at halftime in the Community Shield match, and so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Semenyo start on the right and Grealish start on the left, but it'll be, I guess we'll see.
I like Grealish. Don't really know why.
I like Grealish.
But I like
It'll
him.
be interesting. It's hard too because like I think Arsenal being like the arguably best defending team in the league, like
Signed Konsa
it's hard
today
to.
or yesterday.
What was that?
Arsenal signed Konsa too.
Did they
Yeah,
really?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
their depth at the back is like pretty incredible. But so I think it's hard to gauge City's attacking power based strictly on that game because of how solid their attack is. They did really well to double team Jack Grealish every time we got the ball. So I think against a lot of teams he's going to be great. But it'll be interesting. He's not playing pep ball anymore. He's like allowed to attack and drive. So I'm hoping we'll see some more elements of like kind of what you saw at Everton and even before he came to City come out. Hopeful.
Yeah.
I love
It'll be
Grealish, so
interesting.
I like.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
pulling
him.
for him.
That sucks. I didn't realize that Doku went down hurt. Or came out hurt
I don't think
either.
it's super serious, but I think it's enough to be like he's gonna be out nursing that.
We need to nurse it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Robbie, do you think Salah's gonna be missed?
Well, we haven't found a replacement yet. I think they're gonna put Furtz or Szoboszlai out there, or that kid. They might play that kid Kumos or Munoz. I think Munoz is a left winger though. But no. I don't think. I mean, it wasn't like Will he be missed for like what he was? Yeah, but it's not like last season he was putting out that same input he was the other, season. So in terms
That's
of like
true.
that, it'll probably feel similar. But yeah, I think overall you'll miss him. I mean, obviously he was like a 20 goals guaranteed sort of a season kind of player. He's a
Yeah.
legend. I think he's gonna have a lot of fun in Turkey actually with that club. So
I
Yeah.
think so too. I think it could be fun to maybe has a
Trabzon
resurgence and just
for
really has a good time.
yeah, I think they're gonna love him over there. They
I'm
already love him.
I think we talked about it a little bit in previous episodes, but it really does look like Rashford is going to be a United player again this season. I mean, who knows? We still got time in the window. Somebody could say, "Hey, we need him." But I'm curious. What do you guys think of that, and how do you think he's gonna do?
I really like Rashford. It'll be interesting because I think again, it felt like he left because there was turmoil with the head coach in the locker room, and it was more like he was done. It was hard to discern whether it was butting heads with the coach or just butting heads with the organization.
I
To me,
think
it
it was
felt like
all the
coach.
above. Honestly, I think it was
I don't think the
everything.
organization backed him in ways that made him feel like he needed to stay. But I think it's still a good move. I think it's still good to have him as depth for you guys. I don't know that he starts over necessarily Cunha or Mbuemo, but having his depth, like he's a good baller and he has some chemistry with a couple of those guys on the team.
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see him, especially see him maybe if he can play off of Ahmad the way that he was able to play off Saka in the World Cup. They
Hmm.
had some fun, creative like
Ahmad's got to step up this
cross.
season, man. He's
Yeah,
got to step up this
I think
season.
he can, dude.
I do
He had a
too.
really good World Cup.
I
I'm not
really like
hoping because
Ahmad.
obviously that hurts me, but I think
You
that
just want
he'll.
good football, like me.
Yeah, I want good football. I kind of think that that was a good confidence booster for him,
Yeah.
and I think it can only be beneficial, and I think you'll see a lot more out of him this season.
Yeah, I think Rashford's going to do well at United. Um, I think you
Again.
saw I think you saw what he could do at Barcelona in the World Cup. Like I'm with Jesse. I don't think he's going to start over. Well, actually, I think he'll get games because he can
I
play up top and on the
I think
left.
He'll
he
get
will,
games,
because
yeah.
until they get a new
And he's
contract with Bruno,
fast.
he's
He's
the
fast,
highest
dude.
paid player on the team.
Yeah, they'll use him, but I feel like he's not going to be their main option. But you never know. What if he's got a point to prove? But
That's what I'm
I feel
hoping
like he's going to
for,
have a similar
honestly.
season to what he had at Barcelona, maybe a little bit less production. But because I think Cunha, if he's healthy, is going to start over him. But I don't know, actually. We'll
Yeah,
see.
We'll see. Yeah, we
time will
will
tell.
see. And I'm curious to see what number he does wind up wearing. I
Yeah,
am
if it's the
genuinely
14 like was
curious.
reported, or if it is 9 like he played with that. Did he
Sheshko
play
is
with that number again at Milan?
uh I don't remember.
I imagine that was the game he did play the 9 at.
I think it was. Um,
Yeah,
but I think Sheshko is supposed to get the 9. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm
we'll
curious about
see.
that one. I'm not gonna lose any
Yeah,
sleep over it, but I am curious about it.
fair
Um,
enough.
but yeah, I think it's Rashford. I think it's up to Rashford, 100%. Carrick is gonna let him do what he wants. I feel like, let him play his ball. But, as soon as he starts walking on the field, or like the magnifying glass is going to be on him, from fans, the media. It's just, because of
Yeah.
the drama. It's good content.
Oh, it's great
Yeah.
content, and he like this isn't like a negative comment anyway, but he is somewhat that moody player
Hmm.
where you're gonna see if he's not feeling it, he's gonna wear that on his sleeve, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna be like,
he's
yeah,
like my
and the media
one and a
loves that.
half year old slapping his feet down the floor when he's upset. He's just, man, I don't
Yeah.
want to do it. I'm not gonna track back. And I hope that doesn't happen. I really don't,
Right,
because
it
I
sounded
like
like
Rashford.
Tom DeLonge.
Where are you?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to track
I,
back.
I'm not
Hey,
gonna
Mark,
track
you track
back.
back.
Travis, you go too. But speaking of Travis, did you guys see that he's got a new documentary?
Travis
I
Barker
feel
does?
like
I
I
did
heard
not see that.
I didn't see that though.
I think it's on Hulu, if I remember
Oh, any
correctly.
good?
I haven't watched it yet. It's on the list though. So
Yeah. Well, Shout
Uh,
out Blink-182.
sorry, yeah, total tangent there. We're massive Blink-182 fans.
Yeah. Show the
But
tattoo to
yeah,
prove it,
I was
Jesse.
literally show the tattoo for proof. Where are
They'll
my
see it. They'll see it in
bobbleheads?
other videos.
Where are my
I'm out here
bobbleheads?
flexing
Yeah,
my
anytime
tattoo.
you're thinking and you do this, yeah.
Yeah.
But God, where are my bobbleheads? The wife got me the 3-pack of them for Christmas.
That's fun.
But anyway, tangenting back. So that's part of the whole thing. Why I'm like, it's going to be an interesting season. I
Yeah.
hope Carrot gets the best out of all these guys because
Yeah.
Well,
God, I hope he's the next Fergie. I really fucking do. I'm just
I think you
worried.
guys are top 4. I think we could be a dark horse
I
top
think
4.
that's what I'm thinking for Liverpool.
Because we have a lot of good players. It's just the depth thing is scaring me a little bit, and
that's
so we'll
for me
see.
too, for sure.
Because we have some players, and then I don't know. We'll see if Isak starts firing because he looked really good in the World Cup. At least I thought he looked good in the World Cup.
He looked
And Ikatike
mad
is gonna come
decent, bro.
back, though it's a Achilles rupture,
Mid.
so we'll see. Szoboszlai looks awesome. He looked awesome in preseason for most of the times I saw him.
Szoboszlai's always
looks
looked good,
awesome.
dude.
So,
That's fair.
yeah. I have in Rio, I like what I'm seeing from Rio. There's some excitement, but in my heart of hearts, I'm like, we're probably like 7.
With just the lack of depth, I think you guys will do really well, or you'll be a couple key injuries away from fighting for, a spot again.
Yeah, that's my heart of hearts. I really feel like we're like going to be a Europa League team next year, which is fine. I think we'll build on that.
I think you guys are a dark
I would
horse
love
top 4.
to be. Yeah, I would love to be in the top 4 because again, we have some players to get it done, and I would like to see. I think Florian Wirtz is going to have a bounce back season, and if he has depending on his bounce back season and what's going to go happen in that midfield, like this could be the same thing. No one expected anything 2 years ago from this team, and then, so you never know. But heart of hearts, Europa League. That's where we're finishing, somewhere around there. Just because I think the other teams are going to be better. I like what Chelsea did. I really like Xabi Alonso. That's kind of what's keeping Liverpool out for me. My dark horse where I didn't know exactly where to put him is Villa.
I'm 6th.
But I'm trusting the manager.
That's my
So
6th.
I had them somewhere in that 4 to 6 as well, kind of fighting range. But I didn't really know what
lowest
to
they'll
do.
go is 6, but I think it's going to be more competitive for that 6 through 7 through 8 through 4-3. I think I really do think it's going to be Arsenal City, Arsenal City, Arsenal City, Arsenal City, kind of the whole season.
I think this is going to be one of those seasons.
In my head, I was like, is it going to be a North London derby run to the end? Like, because Spurs is like dark horse.
Or again, it's going to be a great season.
90s are back.
I think.
Remember, it could be Arsenal, Man United.
Look, I think it's going to be one of those seasons though where the top 6 are fighting for the top 6, and then you sprinkle in like the dark horses.
That are going to jut
Aston
up a
Villa
couple places. And
Arsenal
Aston Villa will be up there.
So
Leeds could
I am
be up
curious.
there.
They just have history against them in defending a title, and they still can't really score goals all the time. So
yeah,
we'll see. And Saliba being gone, that's like, even though they brought Konsa in, like Saliba is a big loss. Though Odegaard looked great in Community Shield. So if that's old Odegaard back and you bring some of that creativity back, that'll help him a lot.
Yeah, I will say the Community Shield, they did look really good, but I also think discounting how good they were. Like, you had a City team where I felt like our midfield was struggling to like defend, find position. You know what I mean? Like, they played around us pretty well, but it'll be interesting to see in a midfield that's a little more like condensed, because City's midfield was super open. You had like pretty major gap between the top and the back. It'll be interesting to see if they're as successful against a team that's a little more compact in the middle. But I still have them probably number 1. I think they'll probably
pull it off somehow.
They didn't lose as many players, right? I mean, they did lose a couple key guys, right? Trossard's gone. So it'd be like but they also brought in some really talented guys. They're again really deep at the back. I think
Well coached.
well coached.
Bruno Guimaraes
Um,
with Declan Rice, and if Odegaard, that midfield could be so
Yep.
good.
yeah,
I think it's going to be a
Um,
fun season, and
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see where it all shakes out and what the run is. But I mean, it's hard to believe it's this weekend. Like I'm so
Oh, no.
excited. I'm
And
so
technically,
excited.
we had La Liga that started last weekend. I didn't watch any of the games, but technically we've
either.
had top flight back for a week.
What was funny is like La Liga
Yeah,
started,
Champions
but
League games,
did
too.
I saw La Liga started, but didn't
EFL
like
started already
Barcelona
too.
and Barcelona
been
and Real Madrid?
there was, I don't know, did they play a Super Cup or something? No,
can't
wait, that wasn't
remember.
them.
They just played a club friendly today, so I'm like, it's weird that Barcelona didn't start yet, and I think Real Madrid didn't start yet.
Yeah, you should be on the TV.
I don't know. The La Liga is interesting the way that they have their schedules and they allow some of the teams
Yeah.
to like jump around.
But
But
you had the Champions League qualifying games, or not just Champions League, but Europa League, Conference League, for the people that have to go up in like the first round of qualifying, those kind of teams. So
Oh, you know what's good, guys? Is Grimsby's out, so we should be good. We should make it past
So
the
don't have
first
to-
round.
heck
So,
yeah, dude.
Yep. But I don't know. It's oof. I'm starting to fade. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
No, that's fair.
exhausted.
I'm kind of running out of things too at
We've
this
been going
moment.
about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking work was fun today.
Yeah, dude.
But I don't know. Long story short, I am. It's gonna be fun to see how a bunch of teams do this year, because
Why don't you just say it?
call me
United
negative about
relegation.
United.
Why don't you
But-
just
Monday
say
will be
it,
fun.
dude?
It'll either be a bunch of complaining or a bunch of gloating, dude.
Why don't you just say it? You're gonna be like Tottenham and Everton over the last few years. You're just gonna be fighting relegation.
I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? The bottom could
back
fall out.
back to where you were with Amarin.
Oh, come on now. He was gonna do
Amarin got the
fine.
AC Milan job. I'm curious about Amarin, the AC Milan.
I think
like how
he's
that's
gonna
gonna
do
I'm
go.
not
great.
gonna lie. I kind of
doesn't look
like him at
bad,
AC
dude.
Milan.
Yep.
Because I
Doesn't look bad.
think they've got a lot of good guys for the attack, right? What I saw from AC Milan a lot last season is they'd start really well on the attack, and then you'd see they'd score a goal and go up, and like it felt like, all right, cool, now it's just time to sit and defend park the bus. So I'm interested to see with a coach that's a lot more attacking minded, a little less defensively minded, if that plays much more to their benefit, and if they I don't think they'll run away with the season because Inter has really solidified their team in a lot of ways. But I'm very hopeful for Milan under Amarim, to be honest.
I really liked Amarim. I think he had the balls to call out the board, and they didn't like that. But just a few months before, Ratcliffe or whatever his name is, was gonna say,
Jim.
he's here for he's here for the long haul, and then a few weeks later, nope, never mind, sorry, I lied.
See ya.
But it's just because he needed players and they weren't backing him. That's the only reason why it happened. But I mean, it's definitely going to be an interesting season.
And
It
Grimsby.
really is.
Because we need a catchphrase for the close, like the garage sale's over, garage doors closing.
Final sale. What is that? What would you be like?
You just have must go takes at the end.
You don't have to
Just
leave,
kidding.
but you can't stay here. We're
Yeah.
closing the door.
Sorry, I got a little weirdly cheesy there at the end. You're welcome.
A little corny, cheesy, corny action.
Well, you guys got anything else before we sign off?
Nah.
No?
No.
No. I think that's all I had on my mind. Oh, I guess real quick, I hadn't seen anything actually real. My buddy at work today he's a Milan fan, and he was asking if I had heard a potential trade Ruben Diaz for Leao, which apparently the guy he's an agent for both of them or something, and Leao's always wanted Prem, and that was like a
Is-
rumor. I don't think it'll happen, but I was
Isn't
like, that would be really
Rafael
interesting.
Leao's agent? It's not like the clubs, isn't it? The agent offering. It's like a similar situation like what's going on with Balogun. Is the agent offering the because they're allowed to go, so it's like the agents
Yeah,
offering their services essentially.
yeah. I don't know, something along those lines. But I just thought
Okay.
that was a really interesting move. It'd be really interesting if
I mean,
Ruben Diaz was like, all right,
Maresca
I'm
wants
gonna go
speed.
play for Milan, and then Rafael comes in. We do need to, I think, add some depth to our wingers, especially if we have some guys leaving. But I don't know,
He'd be
just a
pretty.
random
I think
rumor
yeah, I
I
think he'd
heard
be
that.
hot and cold for you guys, but he is very fast. He
Yeah,
would be very fast, which is what Maresca wants for his wings. But he is hot. Yeah, he
yeah,
is kind of hot and cold.
yeah.
But it wouldn't be a terrible signing. Just
I'll resist singing.
All right. Anyhow, that's all I got.
anyway.
Um,
All right.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for enjoying listening to us to. I guess I'm assuming you enjoyed listening to us ramble for the last hour. But
You know what assuming does.
yeah. Look, if you're here, it's because you like us. Okay, definitely not because you hate my takes. But yeah, I guess we've been Garage Sale FC. Thanks for chiming in. Peace.
Adios.
Later.